Alrighty, we are live. Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. Cooking with a Coach starting in a couple of minutes. We'll see who's joining us today in the kitchen. I'm in the kitchen with Ashley and Gus. You'll be seeing both of them. Who's going to be the first one to pop on? Anybody here? I'm definitely in the right group. Okay, good. Last week I went on the wrong page. Hi, Katie. Ooh, Katie, this is a good recipe. Hi, Laura. You guys will like this. It's really good. I surprised myself. It's so easy, but anyway. Hey, Ash. How are you guys? It's another little recipe. Pretty quick and easy. Not as quick as the one that I did last week. Actually, a little more cooking involved. Yeah. Hopefully you guys will like it. I'm just gonna wait about another minute and we will get started. So, show you two options. Whenever I make something, I need to have a couple different ways to use it. Hi Marie, hi Donna, how are you? Hope everyone's having a great day. The weather is unbelievable. Got some stuff prepping in the background here. So hopefully everybody has been able to get outside, get a little bit of fresh air. It is a beauty. So nice to see the sun. Anybody else? Cool. All right, I'm gonna jump right into this. Hey Azim, how are you? Nice to see ya. Okay, so today we are making chicken meatballs. So way back when, I don't know, before I even got married, I liked a good meatball, but I could never really make a good meatball. I actually got a recipe from my mother-in-law for your regular Italian style, like beef meatballs, which I make on occasion. But I recently, well, I don't know, a few months ago, found a recipe in a little catalog for chicken meatballs. And that's exactly what I was gonna make today. I happened to Google chicken meatballs, found this other recipe that looked amazing. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna do this recipe straight off of the Google recipe for just like your basic chicken meatball. So I have already made some, so I have tested them. They're awesome, guys. They're like better than I thought they were gonna be. So I'm pretty proud of that. And they are very easy, simple ingredients. What you're gonna need is, I already made the mixture, so I'm not going to bore you with the whole mixing. It's pretty basic. It's going to be 1 to 1.5 pounds of ground chicken, some plain breadcrumbs, Parmesan cheese, garlic. Hi, Ash. Ash is sanitizing. A little bit of basil, crushed pepper flakes, salt, a little bit of olive oil, an egg, some Worcestershire sauce, and some milk. Those were two things that I never had put in my meatballs. So you guys might have your own like regular meatball recipe, but honestly, I encourage you to try this just to change up a little bit. They're really, really good. So when you're making your meatball mixture, what I have found works best is if you take the chicken and all of those dry ingredients, the garlic, the Parmesan cheese, the breadcrumbs, salt, pepper, all that stuff, mix that first, and then add in whatever liquidy stuff, eggs, milk, Worcestershire sauce, olive oil, whatever. But mix all the dry stuff first, get it really mixed into the chicken, and then add the wet stuff in. It just kind of makes it all blend a little bit better. So I will post all of the ingredients, just how the recipe is stated, exactly how I made it. Your oven will be heated to 400 degrees. After you mix everything, you're gonna just make all of your meatballs. So you can see this is the mixture right here. So I made a small batch because I really wanted to see how they would come out before I put a recipe on here that tasted disgusting. I like to use a little tablespoon thingy here to make my meatballs. You can make them whatever size you want. I like this size. They're kind of like little bite size. Roll them up, not too, don't press them too hard. You want to leave them kind of loose so they don't, they're a little fluffier that way. Fluffy. What's better than a fluffy meatball, honestly? So these are probably about a 1-inch size little chicken meatball here. And I'm not sure how much this yields. I know it's going to yield more than the recipe says, but they might have made their meatballs a different size. So I will definitely tell you how much this little 1-inch size yielded, so we can figure out. I think I have all of the nutritional value figured out, but I'll definitely post that as well. So gonna make this whole other tray of meatballs. Perfect. Now, another thing I did differently this time too, and honestly, like, hey, I'm no Rachel Ray, I'm no Martha Stewart, you know, I can cook pretty decent, I can follow a recipe. Sometimes if I find something that I really like, if I am gonna cook, you can kind of tweak it a little bit every time you make it. But everyone's different with their meatballs. A lot of people like to, in a skillet, just brown them a little bit on all sides and then finish cooking them in the sauce. Some people like to bake their meatballs, which I never did, by the way. I never baked the meatballs before. What I do is, because I like them moist, I don't like them too dry, I just make when I make my ground beef meatballs, I cook them right in the sauce. So I have a big, huge pot of sauce going, and then I add the uncooked meatballs right into the sauce on like a simmer and just let them cook probably for, I don't know, an hour, a couple of hours until the meatballs are done. So, totally doing something different this time because that's not what this recipe called for. This recipe is baked meatballs. So, all in the oven. I gotta say, guys, they're delicious. Ashley just taste tested one for me. What I like about these is that they are bite-sized. If you have picky kids, I'm telling you right now, you have to make these because they almost taste like, well, they do. They taste very similar to a chicken nugget. You can use them, you could just give them some ketchup and have them dip them in. You know, it's a good way to get them to eat chicken other than like a baked chicken or something boring like a grilled chicken that they might not like. I know kids can be super picky. Had one of those myself at one point in time. So I think she would have liked these, maybe. So we're just gonna keep rolling these meatballs right up. It looks, yeah, like I said, I'll know after I make all of them. I made about a dozen so far. I'm gonna say this is gonna yield about 3 dozen, 36, which is a good amount. I mean, they're good size meatballs. So, like normally I would be cooking them in the sauce, but not cooking them in the sauce. We are cooking them in the oven today, 400 degrees. It's gonna take about, depending on your oven size, mine cooks quick. It said 20 to 25 minutes, right around 20 minutes, 18 to 20 minutes. These were perfect. And I did flip them halfway. I just turned them over so they were kind of even on both sides at the halfway point, and they came out really nice. I'll show you the finished ones in a minute. So, since I wasn't cooking them in the sauce, but you still probably might want some sauce for the meatballs, I have a separate pot of sauce going on right over here. Now, I'll tell you right now, I don't make my sauce from scratch. I know a lot of people do. It's great. They spend like an entire Saturday making their spaghetti sauce, and that's awesome. I applaud you. I don't do that. Whatever kind of a sauce that you like, and what I do is, I'll be honest, I use a Ragu traditional sauce, and I doctor it up a little bit. I put in a little tomato puree, I put in a little bit of Italian seasoning, a little Parmesan cheese in the sauce. What else do I put in there? A little salt, a little pepper, and just stir it up and just let it simmer. Pretty good, honestly. So that's just a quick, easy alternative if you're not a sauce maker. I never once made an entire pot of sauce from scratch. It seems like a lot of work. I'm sure it's amazing, but let's face it, like I said, I'm not Martha Stewart. I do my best. Ash, you like the sauce. It comes out really good because the more it simmers and sets, it gets a nice consistency to it. So it's not like you're just dumping it out of the jar, which honestly you could do that too. You can do whatever you want. But yeah, I like the, what's that? I like the Ragu traditional. Probably people, I'm probably getting a lot. Oh my God, that's the grossest sauce ever. It really is pretty good. And like I said, you can doctor it up however you want. So we are going to plate 2 different things with my meatballs today. We're going to do a traditional meatball sauce pasta dish, and then another little thing that I just came up with that I think everybody's gonna love. I know I am, and I'm gonna have it for lunch. So we are using, let me just wash my hands real quick. Raw chicken, gotta wash. So you can use whatever kind of pasta you want. Oh, here we go. Stay. That's a little train lesson. You can use whatever kind of pasta you want. If you want to try to go for a healthier option, I found this, and I've used it a couple of times. Ash really likes it. It's chickpea rotini. So this is a pasta made with just chickpeas. Chickpea flour.
It's very good.
It is. It's delicious. And it does have protein because it's a chickpea. It is about 190 calories per serving with 11 grams of protein. So not too bad. Chickpea rotini, get it at your grocery store. It's really good. And we have that already made right here. We've got our sauce. We've got some meatballs already done that I'll show you, and then I will finish these and pop them in the oven. So, oh yeah, I'm going to show them that in a second. Let's not rush it. We don't want to rush it. Any questions so far? Do I have any people out there who love making meatballs, who have a special like meatball go-to recipe that you use on a regular basis?
They're very good.
They are very good. I'm telling you, they do taste like a chicken nugget, and you can make them however you want, however crispy you want. I mean, don't want them too crispy, right? But they're nice. They're would you say they're fluffy?
Yeah.
They're kind of fluffy, but they do have a really nice flavor to them. Very nice. So, let's see. Any questions for me, guys? Everybody's just hanging out, enjoying this nice day. Awesome. Perfect. All right, so I'm gonna finish cooking these. So these are the size of the meatballs too, you can see. Oh, also, whatever pan you're using, spray it with Pam or cooking spray. I'm a huge fan of parchment paper, like huge. I think it's awesome. It keeps your pan clean. It's just super easy. So I just lined it with parchment paper, and I'm gonna finish these meatballs. So I'll post this whole recipe in the group, and I do encourage you to try them, especially I'd say super kid friendly. I think what I measured out so far, and again, once I see exactly how many this recipe makes, it's going to be about 6 of these meatballs for about 240 calories and 24 grams of protein. So that's a pretty good bang for your buck right there. And also you can add in another whatever calories with another 11 grams. 11, so it's about 35 grams of protein for this whole meal with the chickpea pasta and the meatball. So not too bad. Awesome. The last thing that I want to show you is another recipe. Now last week, where did I put that? Excuse me. Last week we did the quesadilla, and I introduced a lot of you guys to these Joseph's pitas right here. Now, these you're going to find in the deli section, not in the bread aisle. They're in the deli section. These are amazing and can be used for literally everything. You can make tacos. You can make the quesadillas with them. You can make egg sandwiches with them. I mean, or whatever. Just a lot of options here. 6 grams of protein. These are only 60 calories a piece. How awesome is that? So it's like bread, but only 60 calories, and you're getting a little bit of protein. So these are the ones with the flax, oat, and whole wheat. Deli is where you'll find those. What I have done is I have created what I think is going to be an absolute masterpiece. We'll get back to you on that, and I'll post it when I'm done cooking it. So what I've done is I've taken, again, super kid friendly. This is very easy. If you make a batch of these meatballs, you can do whatever you want with them. You can use them and dip them in different sauces. I took one of the Joseph's pitas. I sliced up, I don't know, 2 or 3 meatballs. A little bit of, I put pizza sauce on it, a little mozzarella cheese, and there you have it, folks. Chicken meatball pizza. That's what's for lunch at 50 Marsh Ave today. So I'm actually gonna pop this in the oven right now. When it's done, I will let you know how awesome. That's only gonna take not too long, probably about 5 minutes, because everything's cooked, so basically it's just enough to melt cheese there. But yeah, these are, these went quick. These were the finished meatballs right here, guys. If you can see them, they're just kind of crisp and brown. Again, these haven't been cooked in any sauce, so you can do whatever you want with them. We will plate these right here. We're gonna plate, these are the cooked, finished, unfinished. We're gonna plate these delicious little meatballs over the chickpea pasta with some sauce. And I think it's going to be delicious. Tommy will be extremely happy when he comes home and has lunch ready again, just like he did last week when I did this. Okay, so I'm good. All right, guys, so there you have it. Chicken meatballs, they are baked right in the oven, super easy. Prep time, 10 to 15 minutes cook time, maybe 20 minutes or so. I believe this is gonna yield about 36 meatballs. I used 1 1/2 pounds of meat for this recipe. Super easy, very kid friendly. They're actually delicious. So if you want a healthy little snack, make up a bunch of these for sure. Awesome. All right. I hope you all have a great day. Let me know what you think about these meatballs if you try them. I'll plate both and put pictures in this thread with the nutritional information as well. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Hope you had fun, and I will see you later on. Bye, guys. Thank you. Gus, you gotta say hello. Quick hello from Gus, who's getting very big. Oh, Gus has his chicken bone. Say hi, Gus. Woo! Weighing in at about a solid 30 pounds. Oh. Bye, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a good one.